What's up, guys? It's Ryan on Orson here today, and we're playing some more Stanley Parable. Anyways, I'm just waiting for exactly. Hang on. Before we get started, what is this? Can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. People don't take this that up seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock. I appreciate that. That's how I know you care about your experience. This experience, you're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whatever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll get back to you. Now, I'll let you get back to the video game. Now, that's crazy. I don't know if they do that for everybody. We just leaves it at 12. But yeah, nice. So, we've been messing with the narrator a ton of times. He's done on new video games. Welcome back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know what? Instead of going up, we'll go downstairs this time. New content. No, I'll wait for that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Yes, because
no
broom
reason
closet
to
is
still
safe.
be here.
Just bouncing up
It
and
was
down.
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Because I can.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I can. And I like making you mad. Look at the door. It's closing and opening.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Yes.
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
I doubt that.
I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Let's see, is there any more dialogue?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
You know what? You're fat, ugly, really, really stupid.
Connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted
Drugs,
to drugs
yeah.
and hookers.
Yeah, drugs. Woohoo! I love drugs. You know, I'm smoking cocaine. We're smoking weed. We're
well, I've come to a very different conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Oh wait,
You
I'm
got to his
dead?
broom closet,
Wonderful.
explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system, and you collapsed in front of your screen. Well, in
No.
a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Imagine somebody actually died
Hello?
at this part.
Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
No.
So that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right.
Too bad. I
When
don't
you've
care.
done that, just step out into the hallway.
Does he say anything else? I just want to make sure before I just like, because it's fun just making this guy annoyed. Just so I didn't get annoyed by little things like this door closing. Crouching up and down, like I'm an idiot. Crouching up and down, cause I don't know what to do. Okay.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Yes.
I guarantee you can't. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Red light. No, I'll go here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Why
did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
Wait.
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
No.
He just hadn't found the words for it.
No. No.
I'm dreaming!
It's infinite.
He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
So this
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
Yes.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
Bruh, what is going on?
He would prove it. He would prove that he
Yes,
was in
definitely
control,
prove it.
that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Wait, what? Where am I?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Bruh, you can't just do that to me.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Dang. Alright. So we died. Gotcha. Let's keep going.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. Yeah. Wait. We'll go to that in a sec.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Let's go down instead of going across, because I remember seeing this and I'm like, red button, what's that red light? And it turns out it's a red button. Also, I know I looked like I just ran towards that, because in my head I'm like thinking, let's go through the left door. Oh,
but Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back he needed to go from here it's left. Oh, no, it's to the right. My mistake.
You suck.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
He's not prepared.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I don't like that the car was just on. I thought I was about to get run over. Cool, cool, cool. What is it?
No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay.
I was already over here
We
once.
just have to get back to,
Fired
who am I
employee.
kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time,
But
suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
oh, okay, so gotcha. That's just a little spoiler piece.
All of his co-workers
Okay,
were gone.
now let's
What
go
could
to
it
the new
mean?
content.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, where's the new content? I swear I missed it. Wasn't it right there?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No,
did
did
you
you?
move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's go through this one. I guess.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Bruh, you can't just do that to me. No. Okay, now let's see what happens.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Wait, don't
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
No.
The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What? Watch to be blocked off. What? I don't like that.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
No.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
What? You can't just tell me
You put in
that.
A lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay, it was weird, but alright.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Adventure
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Let's try to just make it so that we don't follow this thing ever. Okay, cool. He doesn't say anything if I don't follow it. Let's follow it anyways. What is this?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
What?
Hang on, that got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need
Like a
right
little
now
kid
is a
with a
bit
crayon.
of music to lighten the mood.
Yes, music. Where are we going? Also, this music, monthly ledgers, annual reviews. It's terrible. Okay, so follow the line, it'll take us.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us?
Oh,
and after we trusted you,
234's
after
glitched.
everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Bruh. She's getting so mad.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay, cool.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
Yes,
Just
it is.
me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be,
Dinosaurs.
Stanley.
I want
I'm ready
dinosaurs.
for it.
I just want straight dinosaurs.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No
Give me
lines or
dinosaurs and
monitor
I'll be
rooms.
fine.
Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Went into the ceiling.
Ah, A choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this?
For 17 hours? Or
Confusion
that's 17 minutes. That's
You're
26
That's what this is.
20.
It's all one giant ending.
Deviate from me.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
We gotta get to the finish.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What was that?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The doors are open. Let's just go to the new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Okay, what is this? Wait, what was that one? I will say, this game is... I like how I can mess with the narrator. And also, like... I don't know.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Thank you.
As you may
You're
know,
welcome.
the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I wish I knew that. I didn't.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yes, console.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable,
More
delighting
content.
audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Ooh. Okay.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, here we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's go. New content. Woo woo. Woo woo. Let's go.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Wait, I can jump. Let's go! You couldn't jump before. You know, I'm gonna end this on a funny number and leave it at 21. Or should I leave it at... No, we'll leave it at 7. 18, 17. Leave it at 7.
Is that it?
Yes.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Do I want to leave it? We'll leave it. We'll leave it. It'll be fine.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
Or behind us.
Yes.
Cool.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
What does that say? Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Well,
what do
me,
you say,
yes,
friend?
you know. Okay, cool. Wait, this is my office. Wait. We usually go there.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
What if
You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
What if I go... The doors aren't closing. Usually they'll close.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Oh, you now take it back.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
What?
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port?
Audience award.
Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
The British Academy
Back then,
Film
it all
and
meant
Television.
something. Oh, the waste.
I don't know. It says under that, but they covered it up. 2013. A lot of things that happened in 2013. They had $1. Possible to get this achievement. Nominee stuff. All that. Little bench out here.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now
Dang.
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
It ain't nothing like that. Oh, what's down here? Oh, wait. I can't get down there. What? Can I get down there? Person of the Year, Stanley.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Wait, so where am I going?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all
Now
over
it's
again.
open.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
No.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Yeah, that's understandable. Let's see, where can I don't think it matters really where we go, just as long as we keep going this way. But like the heavy reviews really
Okay,
hit you
let's see
hard
what this
as
one
like
says.
whenever you make anything,
While
people
the idea for the game is
won't
good,
always love it.
for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is
No.
actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
a bit like that.
like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Bruh.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Nice. And also, that's crazy how it came out of the water. Anyways, let's keep going.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay.
No.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Dang.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely
Wait,
gone.
what? That's crazy.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Oh.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking, and you saying nothing. Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret.
No. We don't need to hear that. no more narrators, so we just keep skipping, it seems.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough.
Yeah.
They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek...
Okay. Let's just keep going. Come on.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Is he okay?
End is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Dang, the place is becoming desolated. Sunlight. Yo. Okay, button, come on. Come on. Okay, button. Okay. Dang, that's all freaky. Okay, let's keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. It's getting worse. I don't like that. Let's skip, I don't like that. Is the button broken? I can't tell. Seems rightfully so. Let's just get out. And then... let's see if we can climb on the roof. Nope. Just head in a direction. Goodbye, random building. I am, going. Dang, so it's nighttime now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. I'll go to the new content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. What is that? I keep thinking we were gonna turn to the left, but we weren't. Let's go.
You see,
Okay,
Stanley,
narrator.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, cool.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
You say that like that's an exact
Calling it the
thing.
Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Cool. Let's just keep going.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay. Alright.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Cool. The one that says the name of a player that's playing the game, jump, circle, infinite hole. No screenshots. It's just not gonna tell me no screen. It's telling me no screenshots, so I'm just trying to. Didn't do anything, so yeah. The one that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Or what is that? That looks like it's leading towards that up there. You know what? Oh, wait. There's a QR code. I'm gonna scan that. I'll leave this up here for anybody who else also wants to scan, depending on what you're watching. Oh, let's see, what is this? Oh, it's a little video I sadly won't be able to show right now because, yeah. Whoa, there's a bucket?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get Well Someday or Happy Birthday 70s. Blue and red poppin', but I like Get Well Someday. Someday or Happy Birthday. Stepniece. You know what? I like. You know what? Let's go for the joke.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Oh.
Get Well Someday it is.
Okay, cool. Nice. Like, I could go with either one. Both are funny.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Free trophy. Let's go.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you're... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the
you can't take that away from me.
To satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans
Give me
all over
this.
the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I'm annoyed because I wanted to mess with that. Ooh, what's over here? Thought it might have been blocked off. That's all. Dang, so 2 disappointments. Well, 1 not
What
really.
else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jump circle's back.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Let's go, we got it. What? What? No! Bruh. 1 second, guys, my mom's calling me. Sorry about that, guys. My mom was calling me. Anyways, let's see here. The infinite hole. We'll check out that. Well, where's the bucket? No, infinite hole. No screenshots. Okay.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Nice. Let's go.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
You know what? No.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer,
With
but I
the
do
way
recommend
things
you
have
use
been?
the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No. Why do you want me to teleport
I
so
don't know
badly?
quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Yup.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for
Bruh.
you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely?
Well, it'd be
I
cool, but
figured
you
the
don't
hole was
even
as
do
deep
that.
as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
No, it's just
If
got
that
really,
works
it's
for
just a really
you,
deep
then
hole.
go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
So an infinite hole that isn't infinite. Dang, what other sad ideas you got for me, narrator? If that even is your name. The sad jump circle, collectibles. I want to go to the bucket. What is?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Said no screenshots, but it didn't really matter. I want to get that bucket. I want the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your
But
heart.
it's just a
true.
bucket.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it
Give
a
me
try.
that bucket. I don't like
Can
that
you
laugh.
feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an edge?
One sec, guys. Okay, guys, I'm
Air of
back.
charisma as well. I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
But how?
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, cool. Let's take the bucket with me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
So we did the whole, we did that. Here's an epilogue. Can you find them all? They're collectibles.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
That's creepy.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Bucket, office decorations, epilogue, collectibles, infinite hole, free trophies. Is that the one that says, oh wait, does it actually say, nah, there's no way. Ain't no way. I doubt that. Ain't no way.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Yeah.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
No.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay,
No.
here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself...
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of
Yes.
here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Already have.
Jim.
See, if you'd only
Jim.
played along,
Jim.
that would have
Jim.
been your
Jim.
name the button
Jim.
says.
Jim.
But no.
Jim.
Instead,
Jim. Jim.
I can't
Jim.
even
Jim.
think
Jim.
about it.
Jim.
I'm
Jim.
taking the Jim button away.
Jim.
No, you're not
Jim.
allowed to.
Jim.
No. You suck. You just salty. Man, this is just salty.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate what I've created here.
Definitely. Settings World Champion. Wait. I'll have to look into that one because, like, do I have to mess with the settings? Is there something I have to mess with? Let's go to the exit. We found it. We've seen everything. The exit is this way. Okay. Those are some creepy pictures.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
So that's creepy.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Let's see. Probably won't.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Why?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Why?
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead.
Okay.
Take a look.
What did he do? Let's see. That's creepy. That's a little weird. I could end it here, but I'll go through and see what it is.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427.
Yep. Now it's just...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
Also, if you only
He
want
was
to go
firmly
straight
convinced that the
past,
bucket had
it's
spoken
either
to
go
him,
to the
and
left
he
or go this
unthinkingly
way.
did whatever the bucket asked.
No. Let's not go that way. Oh wait, this is the no bucket point. I forgot.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless,
I thought it'd be fine.
what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Oh, you want...
Please, step in here for a moment.
Yeah, okay. You want to do a little quiz show, a little game quiz stuff? I actually did see this part from Jacksepticeye, so that's also how I know about this part. Because I've been watching a few of his videos now.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is
So,
not
like, I know
a
this
bucket.
part. I know a few parts that I haven't seen yet, but I don't know how to get there.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
You know what? No, I don't think it is.
Correct.
What?
It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
No, I don't believe that. I was gonna say no for
Item
the
2.
jokes.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
That's still a bucket! You should be telling me, no, I'm wrong, that is a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Well, if I say no, watch it be yes.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Oh, cool. Should have picked green. Oh, hey,
Item 4.
it's a
Is
tractor
this
that's
a
actually a
bucket?
bucket.
Are you hallucinating? This is a
Yes.
tractor.
No,
it's
that's
an
a
enormous
bucket.
machine that tills
That's
the
a
earth.
bucket with
I thought
wheels
this was
and a
gimme.
motor.
How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket.
Oh, I was gonna make the same joke.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay, here we go.
No, you can't do that. That's evil.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Yep.
Why did everything disappear?
Because everything's a bucket.
Was everything a bucket?
Yep.
Every
These
single
little
thing in the
walls.
game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh,
Yeah.
this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything.
Wait, will
We'll
this
put
reset
back
the new
all of the
content?
buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Gotcha.
Who knows what that information might do to a
I
person.
won't mention it.
All right, here we go.
I can't stop people who watch this. Like, I'm not a ruler. I'm not their king, so no. I'm not their president. I don't care. They can do what they want. You know what? I was looking at some achievements. I have an idea. Go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, actually I have an idea. So remember that lift we saw with the Adventure
Stanley
line?
lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
What if we went through that again? But with the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket
bucket
tightly
changes
to his...
everything.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Why is he
Stanley
upset?
took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Let's go through here actually and see what happens. Watch it be the same
good,
thing.
Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh, hi, crazy baby. That thing, the computer. Whatever that is.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's
Baby
this
I killed.
bucket
I don't know
you're
why you'd
carrying
be my
around
friend.
everywhere. The bucket isn't
The
even
fake
from the
wife.
original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans
Broom
want.
closet.
Let's do it.
We're hiding the broom closet because I don't care. Wait, what happened, Ian? Okay, he's not reacting to the broom closet. Let's just go.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Why is this silly music? Like, it feels like I'm marching towards something.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
When
But
should
if we want to
that
do that, you're
closet?
going to
Who
have to
knows?
give something up.
Wait, bucket?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I have no desire to do so.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
No, I'm not going to. Bucket Destroyer.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here,
he looks like a car almost.
You were magnificent.
No, he wasn't. I still need to do that mind control thing if I take the mind control instead. Let's see. I wonder what that hole was in the mind control area. Let's see. You know what? Bucket happens in there.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Why? Why? Am I gonna take the bucket with me this time? I'm gonna do something. Time to just book it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Bathroom.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember,
Found one.
No reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Let's see, there was that. Anyways, let's go back this way.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
How did I forget
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Go.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Cool.
The lights rose on an enormous room
Wait.
packed with television screens.
Wait.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I saw that.
Ah, you've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome.
I was
You
like,
see,
oh, what's this
back
shit
when the
gonna do? Wait, I
Stanley
can fall
Parable
down.
first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that
Cool.
enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You
Gotcha.
won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Nice.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control
Well, let's go.
facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug,
Oh, yeah,
but now
let's
it's
all
an
go through it.
ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Oh, I guess that's it. I think that's what I'm gonna put up for now. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this stuff. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day and goodbye.